Okay, so now let's go ahead with the rules. Re-export of imported goods, drawback of custom duty rules 1995. See, everything is not important in these rules, but yeah, there are few things which is really important. I'll emphasize on those points while those points come, because see, understand, one is drawback amount which you have just studied. Second is you're going to claim for drawback. I hope you know that anything what is your right you won't get on your own. You have to claim. So you have to claim date, and from that claim date there's some time limit that that claim should be received in that given specified time. And if you don't get the money within the specified time, then you are eligible for interest also. I hope you're with me. Getting my point? So this is basically interest calculation. For that I have to teach you these rules. Am I clear? Am I clear? So rule 1 will always be the name of the rule. Rule 2 will be the definitions. So let's go directly to rule 3. Procedure for claiming drawback on goods exported by post. We have studied section 74. Export can be done in 3 ways: normal export, baggage, and by post. So rule 3 is talking about by post. Rule 3 of the re-export of imported goods, drawback of custom duty rules 1995 provides that where goods are to be exported by post under a claim for drawback, assuming I am exporting by post and I know that this is eligible for duty drawback. The outer package carrying the address of the consignee should also carry in bold letters a word, it's a drawback export. On the outer package where I'm going to write the address of the consignee, there I'll be writing it's a drawback export. That means I am eligible for drawback on this export. The exporter shall deliver to the competent postal authority along with the parcel or package a claim in the prescribed form in 4 copies. I'm an exporter. I'll give, because I'm exporting by post, I'll be giving it to the postal department, the packet. Along with that, I'll be giving a claim in 4 copies. Am I clear? Now, date of receipt of drawback claim for the purpose of section 75A. We'll be studying ahead. 75A talks about interest. 75A talks about interest. So we'll be studying that later. But as of now, let's understand what date of claim they're going to consider. In case of export by post, the date of filing of drawback claim for the purpose section 75A would be the date when the aforesaid claim form is received by proper office of custom from postal authorities. Boss, I have given to postal authority. Now postal authority will give to your custom officer the day. Postal authority will give it to the custom officer. That day would be considered of date of claim. That day will be considered date of claim. Am I clear? Now, deficiency in claim to be informed. In case, normally this is the date. Normally this is the date. The day postal department give the copy of the claim to the proper officer, that day will be considered as a date of claim. Am I clear? But by chance, it may happen that my claim is having some deficiency. In case the aforesaid claim form is not complete in all respect, the exporter shall be informed of the deficiency therein within 15 days of its receipt from postal authority by deficiency memo in the prescribed by the principal commissioner of custom, and such claim shall be deemed not to have been received. Assume it's a deficiency. So boss, I will assume that I have not received the claim only. Then I got to know within 15 days. When the exporter complies with the requirements specified in the deficiency memo within 30 days of the deficiency memo, he shall be issued an acknowledgement by the proper officer in the form prescribed by the principal commissioner of customs, and the date of such acknowledgement shall be deemed to be the date of filing the claim for the purpose of section 75A. Simple. I have given, in first scenario, I have given the claim copy to postal department, and the postal department will give the claim copy to the proper officer. If everything is correct, the day when Postal Department will give the claim copy to proper officer. That day will be considered as date of claim for section 75A, normally, generally. But in case my claim is having some deficiency, I'll come to know within 15 days. And the day I come to know, from that day within 30 days, I need to meet the gap. Whatever deficiencies I need to satisfy them, and then they will give me an acknowledgement, a stamp. Okay, this is now complete. So the date of acknowledgement then in that scenario will be considered as the date of claim for the purpose of section 75A. Am I clear? Vapas, I'm repeating again. Simple. The day when I give to postal department, and the date postal department will give it to the proper officer. When the postal department will give it to the proper officer, that day will be considered as date of claim. If there's no deficiency, but deficiency is there, they'll let me know within 15 days, and when I will come to know within 30 days, I will have to meet the deficiency, and after me meeting the deficiency, I will get an acknowledgement. Okay, now you have done the needful. So date of acknowledgement will be considered as date of claim for the purpose of section 75A. Am I clear? Rule 3 clear? Rule 4. Statements or declarations to be made on export other than by post. We know in 74, export is done in 3 ways: normal export, baggage, and post. So we have studied rule 3 for post. Now come to rule 4, which is other than by post. Declaration to be made on shipping bill. Make a declaration on the relevant shipping bill or bill of export that the export has been made under claim for drawback under section 74 of the duty of custom was paid on goods imported, that the imported goods were or were not taken into use after importation. That means while filing shipping bill or bill of export, you will have to make a declaration that this is eligible for drawback. I have paid custom duty while importing, and I have used or I have not used, because then it depends. If you have used, your rate will come down of duty drawback. However, the principal commissioner can exempt the exporter for compliance of above requirements. This is rule 4. Rule 5. Manner and time of claiming drawback on goods exported other than by post. Rule 5. Claim to be made within 3 months of export. In case of export other than by way of post, a claim is required to be filed for goods which are exported. A claim for drawback in case of goods exported other than by post shall be filed within a period of 3 months from the date on which order permitting clearance and loading of goods for exportation under section 51 is made by proper officer. Under section 51, I'll be getting let export order, let ship order. We've already studied export procedure. On that day, from that day, within 3 months, I'll have to make a claim. See, it's your money, but you have to claim it. It's your money, but still you have to claim it. And a claim should be filed within 3 months. Boys, everything has a limitation. There's a limitation act. You just cannot keep on claiming, okay, after 6 years, after 10 years, now you feel, oh, I had that money. No, they have given a time period. Within 3 months, the day you get permission under section 51. Suppose I have imported, then I've exported, and export I got permission under 51, let export order, let ship order. From that day, within 3 months, I need to file a claim. This is rule 5. What is rule 5? Now, extension for time limit. 3 months they have given, but then some extension has to be given. Extension for time limit for filing drawback claim and fees thereon. Normally it is 3 months, but if you want to go further 3 months, you have to take permission from ACDC, and for this you will have to pay 1% of FOB value of export or 1000 rupees, whichever is less. Am I clear? 500 or 1500, 1200 or 1000, 1200 means maximum what you're going to pay is $1000. So if you are not able to claim within 3 months, if you want to go for further 3 months, you have to take a permission from ACDC and you have to pay fee of what? 1% of FOB value of export. export what I'm exporting, that FOB value 1% or 1000, whichever is less. Assume I was unable to file a claim again in that next 3 months also. I want to go for further extension, further 6 months. That means beyond original 3 months, an extension of 3 months by ACDC. First, you have to take the permission from Principal Commissioner or Commissioner, and here you have to pay 2% of FOB or 2000 rupees, whichever is less. Am I clear? Date of filing claim. The date of filing claim for the purpose of section 75A shall be the date of affixing the dated receipt stamp on the claim, which is complete in all respects. Very clear. Now 3 months, first 3 months, next 3 months, next 6 months, whatever, whenever you file, but the day you get the stamp on it, okay, it is fulfilled, that date will be considered as date of claim for the purpose of section 75A. I'll be teaching you the importance of 75A because I need to calculate the interest period. For interest period, I need to know when you have filed the claim. Am I clear? Deficiency memo, same thing. If by chance I had made a claim within 3 months only, am I clear, and everything was good, nothing wrong, the date of stamp. But assume there was some deficiency, you have informed me within 15 days, and after you informing me within 30 days I have meet the deficiency, and then again what you have done, you have given me a stamp. That day, the stamp date after me meeting the deficiency will be considered as what? Will be considered as the date of claim for section 75A. My whole purpose of teaching you this rule is basically to teach you the date of claim, because if my date of claim goes wrong, my interest calculation will go wrong. Am I clear? Am I clear? Now, rule 6. Payment of drawback and interest. The drawback under this rules and interest, if any, shall be paid by the officer of the custom to the exporter or to the agent specifically authorized by the exporter to receive the said amount of drawback and interest. The amount either will give to the exporter or if any person who has been authorized by the exporter. Rule 6. Now rule 7. Repayment of erroneous or excess payment of drawback. Now listen. By mistake, department has given me erroneous drawback or have given me excess drawback. I have to give him that money back. Agreed with that, no problem in that. But along with that, I will have to pay interest also. So again important thing over here, I need to know the date when I got the money as erroneous money or excess money, because again then my point will come of what? Interest. I hope you're getting me why I'm going in these rules, because you will get a question in the exam, a 2 marks MCQ with just calculation of the interest, and if you don't know the period, if you don't know the interest rate, your whole answer will go wrong. My only reason to emphasize rules is this only. I hope you're getting me. Where an amount of drawback and interest, if any, has been paid erroneously, or the amount so paid is in excess of what the claimant is entitled to, the claimant fails to repay the amount, it shall be recovered in the manner laid down under section 142 of the customary recovery or sum due to the government. Boss, you have to give the money back. Erroneously, excess money is given by the department to you. You have to give the money back along with the interest. But by chance, if you're not giving the money back, government can recover that money as per section 142 as recovery of sum due to government, and recovery has a process. Recovery has a way. For one by one, we'll go by step. Though this recovery is not there in my custom syllabus, but is there in the GSC syllabus, recovery, simple, the steps. First, if department has your money with them, department will remove that money. Or department then may suppose department have their goods, your goods with them, department will hold, or department will take your assets, or department will go to suppose bank or LIC people who have your money. There, this is called as garnish proceedings. So again, I'm not going in depth over here. We'll be going in depth of this topic in GST because we have recovery in GST, but we don't have recovery in customs. Am I clear? Am I clear? So is section 74 very clear? Let me summarize 74. 74 is what? You have imported, paid import duty and exported as such. Imported, paid import duty and exported as such. Now question comes, after import, have you used or you have not used? If you have not used and if you have exported within 2 years from the date of import duty paid, you'll be eligible to 98% duty drawback. Am I clear? But if you have used, so now the question comes, for what purpose have you used? Personal purpose or business purpose? If you have used for business purpose, then up to 3 months, up to 6 months, up to 9, up to 12, up to 15, up to 18 and more than 18. And you have different percentage. If you use for personal purpose and then exported, then first year, every quarter, 4%, every quarter or part thereof 4% will get reduced. So in first year 16% will get reduced. Suppose if you are exporting it in the second year, it's 3% to 12%. 4 quarters in second year, 3% per quarter. 4 into 3 comes to 12. Third year 2.5%, fourth year 2%. But after second year, if you're exporting it, you are not directly eligible for duty drawback. You have to take the permission. And after fourth year, if you're exporting it, you're not eligible for drawback at all. This was section. Then we went to rules. In section, we have learned that you can export either by normal export or by baggage or by post. So why I have gone through rules? In the rule, my major concern was to know the date of claim for section 75A. I'm emphasizing a lot on 75A. That means there has to be a reason behind that. 75A is what? Basically interest calculation. We'll be studying in the next part. We'll be studying in the next part interest calculation. But for that, you need to know the date of claim. So in case of post, if I'm exporting by post, I will give the claim copy to post authority. Post authority will give the claim copy to the custom officer. The day when post authority give the claim copy to custom officer, that day will be considered the date of claim in case of export by post. Am I clear? Am I clear? But by chance there's a deficiency, I'll come to know within 15 days and I'll have to meet the deficiency within 30 days. So the day I meet the deficiency, that day will be considered as date of claim. Then we went to rule 4. Rule 4 is other than by post. So in that case, you have to file a claim within 3 months from the date you get permission of export under section 51. That is let export order or let ship order. If within 3 months I'm unable to file a claim, if I want further 3 months, I have to go to ACDC and I have to pay fee 1% of FOB of export value, 1,000 rupees, whichever is less. If I assume I'm unable to file the claim within that 3 months, so if I want further extension of 6 months, I have to go to Commissioner, Principal Commissioner, and I have to pay a fee of 2% of FOB of export value or 2,000 rupees, whichever is less. Am I clear? Am I clear? And then who can get the drawback amount? The exporter himself, or if he has authorized somebody. And by chance, erroneously or excess amount I have received as a drawback, I have to give that amount back to department along with interest. If I don't give that money back, as per section 142 of Custom Act, that money will be recovered as sum due to the government. Am I very clear? Is section 74 with the rules very clear, very important from exam point of view. You have to learn the percentage. Am I clear? Yeah, one more thing. We have learned the percentage. We have learned 4 items. The wedding apparels, teachers, cinematographic films. If you remember that 4 points, first schedule, first notification. In that case, if I'm importing it, using it, and then exporting, no drawback. But if I'm importing it, no use, and then exporting, I'll be eligible for 98% drawback. Am I very clear? Is section 74 very clear? Is rules very clear? Sure. Can I go ahead with the next section 75? But till here, is 74 very clear? Okay.